Hey there, Michael Simpkins here. Hey, what I'm going to do is today I'm going to kind of go through and show you the source that I use for my solo ads and exactly what it consists of and how I do it. So basically, as you can see on the screen, what I use is a website called Safe Swaps. And as you can see, this is the dashboard or the main page once you log into the site, and it kind of shows you that I've been a member here for 1 month, and if I scroll down a little bit, that you can see that over that time I've had about 1,203 clicks, and I've ran 13 solo ads. Out of 13 solo ads, about 1,203 clicks, and this is kind of a little chart, I guess, that kind of shows you the clicks on the days and stuff that I've ran. But what it does, this dashboard is just basically for me to go in and kind of see what's going on with me. You see that I've got a swap scheduled with this guy, and the latest one I ran was with her, and and this is just basically, like I said, it's just basically the the main dashboard of the site. So to kind of get into the meat and bones, I use this as my source. So if you were to join Safe Swaps, what you do is you can go in and look for, hit the search button or up here the search tab, and you can see that you can search for swaps or solos by click, price, or by whichever swipe that you're going to use. So what I normally do is I'll go through, and if I'm looking for something below 100 clicks, I'll click on this, and it takes me to the providers that are, and I apologize you all, I have a cold. I'm just really stuffy right now, but I wanted to go ahead and knock this video out and show you all how I've had huge success over the last month. Like I said, you can see on my dashboard, I've only been using this for 1 month, and I've had huge success at it, and I love it. The solo ads, I think, is the way to go. But you have to be careful, and I'm going to talk to you about that too. But anyway, so here are some of the providers, and what I really love about Safe Swaps is you could go to each provider, like this individual here. He has one negative feedback basically, so you could go in and kind of check his profile and read up on. You're looking for solos, you're not looking for swaps, so you want to go to the solo seller and see what his the feedback that he has on here uh, from the different people, and right now it's showing all of the good ones here. You talk about great solo. They don't really get into detail, I guess. Some of them do, some of them don't. Um, but that's what's really good about this site is you can go through and you can research each provider before you decide to actually pay them money and do a solo for you. So we'll go back to the search here, and as you can see, you click that search button, and there are just tons and tons, 5 pages or more. Let's go see how far we can go. So basically, I think it's 5 pages of solo providers that you can go through, and actually it keeps going on up to page 6, so I'm not even sure how many are on there. They're just, as you can see, there are a lot of providers that you can take the time, sit down, and do your research on before you decide to buy. Now, kind of give you an example, I'll just pick this guy here. He only has 2 positive feedback, so that tells me that uh, he hadn't done that many. I'll click his profile. So for seller, he has 100% 2 positive feedbacks. So what that does is, oh, let's swap. I was getting ready to say, why is he showing negative feedback, but that was swaps. So anyway, here's a good solo, good solo. Don't really get into detail. So what you can do, if you say, for example, you decide to use this individual, which I probably wouldn't. This is what it looks like when you're getting ready to book a solo. I'm not going to book it. He sells from 10 clicks on up to 50 clicks. So you can choose how many clicks you want to pay for. It costs $2 for 10 clicks. So if you wanted to go up to 50 clicks, it would cost you $9.50, which I guess he gives you a 50-cent discount or whatever. And then if you decided that you wanted to uh, contact this individual, what's really cool about Safe Swaps, and you can actually send him a direct message here and ask him the questions that I recommend asking him, like his click-through rates, his open rate, and so on and so forth, and communicate with the guy before you actually spend money on a solo from him. And if you decided to go ahead, oh, here's another thing that I forgot to mention: your swipes, and I'll get into that too. I didn't really get into that, but you enter your own swipes into the system basically. So you can see that I've got. This is the only active swipe that I have, and I'll show you here in a minute where my swipes are. But if you had more than one active swipe, when you hit that arrow, you would see it here, and you would choose whichever one you want there. But anyway, um, then you commit to buy, and basically what it does is you don't actually pay then. You it would contact Ivan here and let him know, hey, Michael Simpkins is wanting to buy 50 clicks from you, and he would go in and look at my swipe and make sure that um, the ad that I want to run is good for his list, and then he would either accept it or decline it. And if he accepted it, he would let me know, and I would get a notification, and then I would go in and pay. And it's really that simple. I mean, you go into the solos, you go into the search, and you find you do your research, and you find the solo provider that you want to use. Close out of this, close out of that. Uh, Now, if you were to click on the solos, what this does is this shows the schedule of solo ads that you have for that month. And you can see here the solos that I ran in March and who I chose to run them with. I'm not going to, in if you had swaps, which I only have one swap scheduled, I haven't really done a swap yet. This one will be my first one. I'm kind of kind of nervous about how that's going to turn out, but we'll see. Um, so I have a swap with James Winston on the 19th. So it's really cool. You have your own little calendar system to help you keep track of what you're doing as far as solos or swaps. And you don't have to do swaps. That's the thing. For my first month, when I was building my pure leverage list, I started from scratch as a list of 0, and I decided to just focus solely on using safe swaps and solo ads to build that list. And I'll say that it's worked for me. It's worked really, really well. Let me go here and I'll show you. Now you click on the, I guess the little wheel here, and it takes you to, I guess your screen to where you could go through and, add your about me, and here's where your swipes are. And you can see all of these swipes that I have. The reason that they're in red is because they're not activated. The only active swipe that I have is the one that you see here. But these are all of my swipes, and what's really cool is that you add this stuff in there prior. You don't have to do it every time. It's in there waiting on you to use it. Autoresponders, you go in and you can see that what's really cool about this is that you verify your list. So and that's really mostly for if you're going to do swaps or actually do sell solos yourself. I haven't done any of that, but you verify. I've verified. I actually have more than that now, but I've verified that I have 181 people on my AWeber list. And Safe Swaps went in and verified that for me. So now when people look at my profile, they say, okay, he's got 181 verified lists. So that means that they can trust, I guess, that you actually do have that amount on your list, which isn't a lot. But some people on here have huge amounts of subscribers on their lists. The About Me page, you just go in and kind of fill out what you want to fill out there. Your autoresponders, I already went through that. Your booking calendar, that's how you keep track of the things. And basically just basic settings and stuff like that for your account. And I'm telling you, what I really like is you go into the messages and communicate with people in a chat setting. And again, excuse me, this cold is just tearing me up today. But anyway, what is really neat, you go here to the chat and you click on chat and it loads in the chat session and you could go through and read what they're talking about. And what's really cool about this is if you were looking to run an ad today, because normally when you set up a solo through Safe Swaps, it'll take you about a week before the ad will actually run. Say, for example, if I wanted to run an ad today, I could go through here in the chat and look for anybody that is offering up a solo today, like this guy right here. 500 clicks ready to go out today, only $160. Now, if I wanted to spend $160 today and get 500 clicks really quick, now, don't get me wrong, I hadn't checked on this guy or anything like that, but if I just wanted to run a really, really quick ad today to get something out there, then I could go in and click on him. And you could see that he's got 8. He's probably trying to build his list fast, or trying to get some customers to get some ratings quick. He's probably just started doing this. Anyway, it says that it doesn't have a lot of information, but I could go and actually buy this solo from him. Now, it works basically the same way as if you were to go up here and buy a solo. You click on it and it notifies him that you are wanting to buy a solo ad from him, and then he will either accept or decline it. And, these things in the chat session, they go pretty darn quick, so you may have not been quick enough, and he may have sold it to somebody. And look here, the thing that's cool about it, Danny Tang is looking for somebody to do a swap for 200 to 500 clicks. There's no way that I could do that because I only have 181 verified on my list. But for those that could do that, they could go in here. If they're looking to do a quick swap today, that's how they could do it. They click on Danny Tang, and it looks like his swap's not available. He's probably already, found somebody to do it. So anyway, if it was available, you could click on that book quick ad swap with him. So that is what I really, really recommend you checking into with the solo ad provider. I really, really like Safe Swaps. I've only been, as you can see in my dashboard, I've only been a member for 1 month, a paid member for 1 month. They do have a free. You can sign up for free and you have access, but you have very limited access to any of this stuff here, and it doesn't really. It doesn't help you out much. I would recommend, if you were wanting to do solo ads, that you would go ahead and sign up for. I think it's $24.98 or something like that per month, and I'll tell you what. I've been in 1 month, and it is well worth it. I've generated about, like I said, I started out with a 0 list in my Pure Leverage account, and I'm up to, um, with Pure Leverage, I'm just over 200 subscriber list, and which for some that's not huge, but if you're with me, like me, you're starting out from scratch. That's huge numbers for me, and I've had great success. Of 200 on that list, and then I ran some other solos for my Aweber list, and I've added about 150 to that. So I'm probably right around 300 to 350 new subscribers over the last month, which to me are huge numbers. And not only that, I've made some money back because I've got members on my Pure Leverage team, and also on my other, where I made some sales where I ran the other ads. But anyway, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I hope that this is helpful. I highly recommend you taking a look at Safe Swaps if you want to run solo ads, and just check it out from there. I think you will be pleased. What I'm going to do is I'll provide you a link to the in the bottom in the description of this video. Just click on that link and it'll take you to the login page of Safe Swaps where you can sign up. And I highly recommend it. I think you will be very pleased with it. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you later.